given.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Clippers in Los Angeles. For Los Angeles, they're excited about this one and will be laying it all on the line. The intensity, palpable. Two top-caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle. And coming out of the All-Star break, most players have gotten a chance to rest up a little bit. Shaq, you rarely got a chance to feel what that's like.
You know, if you're playing in the All-Star game, your body does not get to rest. But you shouldn't complain. The fans voted you in. It's a moment that will never come again to some of these players. Enjoy it. But mentally, you do get a break from having to go out and win key games.
Yeah, on one hand, rest does help. I would say that. But on the other hand, you definitely, as a team and as an individual, have to get back into a rhythm. So starting strong after the All-Star break was always crucial for the teams that I played on, and especially for those bubble teams.
Almost game time. Let's get you down to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. Still out the lineup is Kawhi Leonard. They want him healthy.
Kevin, he's one of the best two-way players in the game. There's no doubt he's going to be missed.
You know, it's almost like having to replace two guys when you think about what he does at both ends of the floor.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Booker out there with Chris Paul. Then it's the Machine. Then there's Sanders. And it's Saric in at the power forward position.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Now here's Paul. Kicks to Sanders. Clock at 6.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
That free throw, no good. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. And the second free throw, good.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Now here's Batum. An 11-point game for him in the win against Golden State. And here's George for 3. And it's George again missing. That's good from Paul on the assist from Sanders.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
The pass to the Machine. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Great look, but off the mark.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Bledsoe with it. Chris Paul covering. Outside, George. Jordan the screen. Goes up the baseline. George, no good.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The Suns have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Serge Ibaka.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Booker.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
Now here's Batum. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. No good off the front iron. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, you're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Here's Bledsoe after the Suns pick up 2. And that one's good.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Here's Paul. Following the basket by Nicholas Batum. And the shot is good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Clippers trail by 8. Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who is able to talk to Jeff Hornacek.
Kevin, their perimeter shooting game is what he thinks will make the difference in this one. He didn't want to take anything away from the defenders they're up against, but he did say he'd be surprised if his team doesn't shoot a high percentage from outside. We'll see, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
I definitely can appreciate their approach with the 3-ball.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And that one misses. Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it there.
Now, here is George. He turned in an outstanding game against Golden State.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Inside, here's Paul. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Paul's got his second basket of the game. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Golden State.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Now here's Bledsoe. Another guy who really kicked it up a notch in that game against the Warriors. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Suns leading by 6. Pass to Sanders. Sanders missing again.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Bledsoe outside. Passes it to Jordan. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
Paul against Bledsoe. Paul kicks to Sanders. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it. Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists, those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
No good on the free throw. And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
And the second free throw, good.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5 turnovers a game. You can't be a championship point guard if you're not squeezing the orange.
Now here's Sanders. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. Pass to Paul. Lets the 3 fly, and Sanders gets it to go on the assist by Paul. 6 points for the natural.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Here's Jordan. A 17-point game for him in the win against Golden State.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge. And thinking a little bit more about Eric Bledsoe, yes, he could be more efficient, but his combination of points, assists, and rebounds per game is outstanding. If he focuses in and listens to his coaches, we could be talking about him in the upper echelon of point guard.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
Yeah, it was a major factor in the ball game. I mean, the more turnovers they caused, the more shaky those guys got with the ball.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. And for the Suns, Chandler comes in for the Machine. And Morris subbed in for Sarge. Suns leading by 5. Morris passes to Booker. Dishes it to Paul. Takes the 13-footer, and he gets it to go. Paul's got his 3rd basket of the night. For Los Angeles, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Jackson kicks to George. Shoots a fader, and it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Clippers trail by 7. On the wing, Jackson. The Clippers keep it alive. Outside for Batum. Feeds to George. Outside, Batum. It's Jackson with the drive, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. And that sends Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts at Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Smith comes in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's Foy in for Paul George. Getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move, and with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
There's a good screen. Back to Smith. Over in the corner, Foy drills the three-pointer. Foy's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
That's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. So that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And, Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment. And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Jackson. His last outing, he had 8 points. He feeds it to Foy. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Smith. Crawford with the rebound. Suns leading by 5. There's the dish to Booker. Out to Morris. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Jackson with it. He's got 5. Smith for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Morris, left side. Fades away. The shot is off. And the Clippers will come the other way. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with the road win.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone, as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
That's good from Jackson. And back to Jackson. He really took on the playmaker role after being traded to the Pistons. As a Detroit player, he averaged over 9 assists a game, Clark, which would have put him 4th overall in the league had it been for a full campaign.
Loved his aggressiveness, which led to opportunities for his teammates, but it also led to turnovers. That part of his game he's got to tighten up.
Now here's Jackson. Amon Shumpert unable to get his last shot to go. outside Jackson. Here's Aldrich. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. The Suns leading. On the wing, Shumpert. A 3-ball. They get it again. And Chandler throws it down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Suns getting the bucket. Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
The Suns shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
One shot. One shot.
.36 seconds left in the first quarter. He dishes it to Ford. Back to Jackson. He kicks it to Batum. Just 5 on the clock. Cannot hit. Shumpert dishes to Payne. Here's Crawford. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Jamal Crawford. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be... certain he beat the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angles.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. The Suns on top, up by 8. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly, he talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room. Don't you need a player like this, of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room, because Chandler has got that covered.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Jackson, and it's Jordan in at the center position. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
Screen by Ibaka. It's Jackson with the drive. Ibaka outside. The offensive rebound. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. Paul against Bledsoe. Ibaka outside. Pocket 6. Here's George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, guys. I had a chance to find out what Jeff Hornacek was discussing with his players. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through Sanders. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Jackson passes to Bledsoe. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's 6 points for Eric Bledsoe.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Sanders against Jackson. And Sanders kicks to Paul. Lets it fly from 18. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. looking to get back on track here. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Paul George. There's the feed to Sanders. Kicks it out to Paul. Booker in the corner. There's a screen. No luck. Excellent D there from George. The Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Now here's Jackson. 8 points for him. To the inside. Ibaka. He gets it to Paul. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Ibaka's got his first 2 points of the night. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
Here's Paul. He picked up 24 points in their last win against San Antonio. Kicks it to Sanders. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight.
Talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Suns leading by 9. Paul passes to Sanders. And the rejection by Ibaka. And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks time and time again.
And it's blocked by Ibaka. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here is Sanders. 10 points for him. Ibaka comes with the double team. Here's Paul. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Clippers trail by 9. Here's Jackson. 10 points for him. There's the pass to George. Six on the shot clock. Puts it up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Now when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this, for his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Good on both.
And what a game for Sanders. He has 12 points and 4 assists.
Clippers trail by 11. Now Bledsoe. He's got 8. Jordan with a screen on Paul. Bledsoe kicks to Jordan. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Paul with the ball. Pass to the machine. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. The Machine's got 4 points this quarter. The Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Paul against Bledsoe. Here's Jackson. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. 13 points for Reggie Jackson. Phoenix leading by 10. Passes it to Sanders. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And here's Bledsoe. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Ibaka down low and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one on Saric. Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for two.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Smith checked in for Los Angeles. And for the Suns, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Saric. And it's Payne in for Paul. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Phoenix leading by 11. And the pass to the Machine. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Los Angeles has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And George, here we go. And it's the Machine with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that 2nd foul. So as long as he can avoid a 3rd before the half, I think he's fine.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Batum's checked in. Markieff Morris is checked in for Phoenix. Crawford comes in for Sanders.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about it is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Cole Aldridge, he's checked in for Jordan. Here's Smith. Over in the corner, Batum. Aldridge kicks to Ibaka. Smith wide open. He fires. And again, no good by the Clippers. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
That's good.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And Batum kicks to Aldridge. Here's Smith. Smith missing again.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Crawford. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Bledsoe kicks to Batum. Ibaka against Morris. Ibaka down low. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Crawford dishes to Payne. Pass to Booker. Batum against Chandler. Feeds it to Booker. 5 on the clock. Shot on the wing. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Batum passes to Smith. Screen by Ibaka. Bledsoe outside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clark, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
That free throw, no good.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Foy's checked in. Shumpert is checked in for the Suns. Good on the 2nd free throw.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he could still stand to add some strength.
Now here's Crawford. Defense is right there. Morris with the bucket.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Bledsoe with it. 9 points in the game so far. Dishes to Foy. Batum against Morris. A shot by Batum, no good.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Morris with the bucket.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams would just still want him even late in his career.
Bledsoe hits them both.
Good game for Bledsoe. He's got 11 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Crawford, no luck. Clippers trail by 16. They set the pick. The dish to Foy. He feeds it to Smith. Buries the long-range jumper. Smith's got 6.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Shumpert against Smith. Right side Shumpert. Payne gets a wide open look. And there's the call on Chandler. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Los Angeles has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Bledsoe kicks to Aldridge. He dishes it to Smith. Got it. Good job in the low post. Smith's got 5 points now this quarter. Suns leading by 11. On the wing, Shumpert. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Here is Bledsoe. 11 points in the game. There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Chandler with the block. They retain possession.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
For Phoenix, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
That's good from Shumpert.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
No good on the second free throw. Clippers trail by 12. Smith kicks to Bledsoe. No luck.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Suns lead by 12. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
It all came together in that first 24 minutes. Tyson, thanks for the time, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Out in front at the half is Phoenix. They are leading by 12. Shaq, what you think?
They had a focus to working inside, and it's working, Ernie. They've done a great job of recognizing mismatches, a.k.a. barbecue chicken down low, taking advantage. He can't guard that man down there, Ernie. The entry passes have been sharp, and it's led to a lot of points. When you control the paint, you control the game, and they've done that so far.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half. But that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.